What if the fruit sitting in your kitchen right now is quietly raising your risk of stroke by up to 67%? That's not a guess, it's what some of the most trusted studies in the world are now showing. You've likely heard your whole life that fruit is healthy, natural, and good for your heart. But here's the truth most people never hear. Not all fruits are safe for everyone, especially if you're over 60. In fact, some so-called superfoods might be putting your brain in serious danger, causing silent strokes, sudden blood pressure spikes, and even bleeding in the brain. I've seen this happen to patients who did everything right, who followed mainstream advice, and still ended up in the emergency room. That's why today, I'm breaking it down simply and clearly. In this video, we'll uncover the top 5 fruits seniors should avoid, backed by real medical research, and the 3 brain-protecting fruits that actually reduce your risk of stroke. So before we get started, let me ask you, what's the one fruit you eat the most? Drop it in the comments. You may be shocked by what you learned today. If you care about your brain, hit the like button and stay with me. Part 1. Bananas, a hidden risk for seniors over 60. We've all grown up hearing that bananas are one of the healthiest fruits on the planet, great for your heart, packed with potassium, and the perfect way to start your morning. But what if I told you that, for older adults, eating too many bananas could quietly raise your risk of stroke? I know that sounds surprising, even a little upsetting. But this isn't just opinion, it's backed by real science. According to a 2019 study published in the Journal of Neurological Sciences, adults over the age of 50 who consumed 3 or more bananas per day had a 23% higher risk of hemorrhagic stroke. That's the kind where blood vessels in the brain rupture. The culprit? Potassium overload. Now don't get me wrong, potassium is essential for your muscles and heart. But there's a catch. When you consume high amounts of potassium in a short time, especially if you're taking common medications like beta blockers, ACE inhibitors, or potassium-sparing diuretics, your body may struggle to flush it out. The result? Dangerous spikes in blood pressure and a condition called vasospasm, a sudden tightening of blood vessels in the brain that can severely reduce blood flow. I remember a story that still haunts me. A retired school teacher in her late 60s came into the ER with sudden vision loss and dizziness. She had been eating 2 bananas every morning for years, thinking she was doing something good for her heart. But her potassium levels were through the roof. Her medication and diet had created a perfect storm. So, what can you do if you love bananas? You don't have to give them up completely. I always recommend eating just 1 small banana every other day and never on an empty stomach. Pair it with some protein, like a spoon of nut butter or a hard-boiled egg to slow absorption. Or better yet, try low-potassium fruits like apples or fresh berries. They're gentle on the body and just as satisfying. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt lightheaded or had unusual symptoms after eating certain fruits? Have you been combining fruits like bananas with daily medications? Let me know in the comments. Your story might help someone else avoid a scary hospital visit. And if you're finding this helpful so far, don't forget to give this video a like. We've got more life-saving tips ahead. Part 2. Grapes, the sugar bomb that could harm your brain. They look innocent, don't they? Small, sweet, and easy to snack on. But here's the shocking truth. Just 1 cup of grapes contains nearly 6 teaspoons of sugar. That's more than some candy bars. And for older adults, that kind of sugar spike can quietly set the stage for something far more serious than a sugar crash. It can increase your risk of stroke. You see, when your blood sugar rises quickly, your body scrambles to respond by pumping out insulin. But this roller coaster of sugar highs and insulin spikes inflames your blood vessels, making your blood thicker and more prone to clotting. That's exactly the kind of environment where ischemic strokes happen. In fact, a Harvard study that tracked 12,000 adults over 15 years found that those who ate grapes daily had a 31% higher risk of ischemic stroke compared to those who rarely ate them. And if you're taking MAO inhibitors or antidepressants, red grapes pose an even greater danger due to a compound called tyramine, which can spike your blood pressure rapidly, increasing the chance of a stroke. And there's one more hidden threat. Grapes are among the most heavily sprayed fruits. Their thin skin absorbs pesticide residues, and those chemicals don't just wash off easily. Some of these pesticides have been linked to vascular inflammation in long-term agricultural studies, especially in older adults. Now, I'm not saying you can never enjoy grapes again, but they should be treated more like a dessert, not a daily health snack. If you're craving something juicy and refreshing, consider cucumber slices or cherry tomatoes. They hydrate your body, offer valuable nutrients, and won't spike your blood sugar. I'll be honest, I used to snack on grapes by the handful while editing videos. It felt healthy. But once I looked into the science, I made the switch. My energy stabilized, my digestion improved, and I noticed I didn't get those afternoon crashes anymore. So let me ask you, have you ever felt dizzy, foggy, or tired after eating something sweet like grapes? Have you noticed a pattern? I'd love for you to share your story in the comments. And if this opened your eyes, tap that like button to help spread the word. Someone you love might be reaching for a fruit that's not as safe as it seems. Part 3. Oranges. The medication trap. Hiding in your morning juice. Most of us grew up believing that oranges are the gold standard of health, full of vitamin C, refreshing, natural. What could possibly go wrong, right? But here's the truth that rarely gets mentioned on health posters or TV ads. Oranges can be dangerous, especially if you're on medication. And for many seniors, that's a silent trap waiting to happen. The issue lies in a group of compounds called furanocoumarins found in oranges. These compounds block a key liver enzyme that helps your body process and break down medications. When that enzyme is suppressed, your medications, especially blood pressure drugs, start building up in your bloodstream to potentially toxic levels. This is not theory. It's backed by science. A 2020 study published in the International Journal of Stroke followed 15,000 adults on blood pressure medications. Those who drank orange juice regularly had a 44% higher risk of hemorrhagic stroke. That's when a blood vessel bursts in the brain. So that's not just a statistic. That's someone's life forever changed because of a seemingly harmless morning habit. And there's more. Oranges are one of the most acidic fruits we consume. Over time, their acidity can irritate your gums and inflame your mouth, creating an open pathway for harmful bacteria to enter the bloodstream. According to dental and vascular health research, gum inflammation is directly linked to stroke risk through what's known as the oral systemic connection. Simply put, bad gum health equals bad brain health. Now don't worry, you don't have to give up on getting your daily dose of vitamin C. In fact, there's a better option. Yellow bell peppers offer even more vitamin C per serving than oranges, 340 milligrams versus 70 milligrams, and none of the dangerous drug interactions or excess sugar. Here's what I want to ask you. Have you ever mixed orange juice with your morning meds, thinking it was a healthy combo? You wouldn't be alone. But it might be time to rethink that routine. If this part of the video surprised you, tap the like button so more people can see it. And in the comments, tell me, what's one food or drink you always thought was healthy, but turned out not to be? Let's help each other stay informed and safe. Part 4. Grapefruit. The most dangerous fruit in your fridge. It looks bright, fresh, and heart-healthy. But if you're taking medication, even one glass of grapefruit juice can quietly turn into a medical emergency. That's not fear-mongering. That's a fact backed by decades of research. For seniors especially, grapefruit may be the most dangerous fruit in your fridge, and here's why. Unlike other fruits, grapefruit contains a group of compounds that block a critical enzyme in your liver called CYP3A4. This enzyme is responsible for breaking down many common medications, including statins, blood pressure drugs, and blood thinners. When this enzyme is suppressed, those medications don't leave your system as they should, causing their levels to skyrocket inside your body. A major review published in the Canadian Medical Association Journal identified over 85 medications that interact dangerously with grapefruit, and 43 of those can lead to serious outcomes, including sudden death. Some statin levels, for example, were found to increase by up 1,500% after grapefruit consumption. That kind of spike can lead to muscle breakdown, kidney damage, and stroke. I've spoken with seniors who were completely unaware of this interaction. They'd start their mornings with a glass of grapefruit juice, then take their medications as usual. They thought they were doing something healthy, But instead, they were unknowingly flooding their system with dangerously high doses of prescription drugs. It gets even worse. Grapefruit can alter how your body processes medication for up to 72 hours after just a single serving. That means even if you only drink it once or twice a week, it's still risky. And this isn't just about prescription drugs. Grapefruit can also interact with over-the-counter medications, including allergy pills, antacids, and supplements. So what's the solution? If you enjoy citrus flavor, switch to lemon water. It's clean, safe, and has none of grapefruit's enzyme-blocking effects. Plus, it helps with hydration and digestion, two things that benefit every senior. Let me ask you something. Did you ever drink grapefruit juice without knowing the risks? Or were you ever told by a doctor or pharmacist to avoid it? Share your story in the comments. You could help someone avoid a serious mistake. And if you learned something new today, hit the like button and stay with us. The next fruit is even more shocking. Part 5. Pomegranate. The superfood that isn't pomegranate. The jewel-toned fruit that's been marketed for years as a miracle for heart health and aging. But behind that beautiful red color lies a silent risk that could be devastating for older adults. Here's the shocking truth. For many seniors, pomegranate isn't protecting the brain. It could actually be increasing the risk of a brain bleed. Yes, it's rich in antioxidants, but that's only part of the story. Pomegranates also contain natural blood-thinning compounds, high levels of sugar, and something called oxalates, a chemical that forms crystals inside blood vessels and can lead to chronic inflammation. When these three forces come together, they create a dangerous environment inside the body, especially for someone over 60. A 2021 meta-analysis involving 25,000 people found that seniors who drank pomegranate juice regularly had a 67% higher risk of hemorrhagic stroke. That's not because of one serving. It's because most people drink it in concentrated juice form. 1 cup of juice equals the juice of 3 whole pomegranates. And with that comes an overload of pernicious compounds that can interfere with the body's ability to clot blood properly. Even more concerning, many seniors are combining pomegranate juice with supplements like fish oil, turmeric, or ginkgo biloba, all of which also thin the blood. On their own, they might be manageable, but together they create a perfect storm that can tip the body toward spontaneous bleeding in the brain. I've met older adults who drank pomegranate juice every morning, thinking they were doing something good. And I get it. The label says heart healthy, the marketing looks natural, and nobody talks about the risks. But once they cut it out and switched to safer options, they noticed less dizziness, fewer headaches, and more stability with their blood pressure. If you're looking for antioxidants, skip the juice. Go for leafy greens like spinach or kale, or cruciferous vegetables like broccoli. These are stroke-safe, nutrient-dense, and support brain health without messing with your clotting system. So now I want to hear from you. Have you ever taken pomegranate juice or supplements together without realizing the risk? Were you ever told they might interact? Leave a comment and let's talk about it. And if this surprised you, hit that like button. It may help someone avoid a life-changing mistake. Bonus: the top 3 fruits that truly protect your brain. After uncovering the surprising fruits that may raise your stroke risk, let's now shift toward the good news. There are fruits that actually protect your brain. These aren't just nice to eat or somewhat healthy. These 3 fruits have been scientifically proven to strengthen blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and even repair damage inside the brain. And the best part? They're affordable, easy to find, and delicious when prepared the right way. Let's dive into what I call the brain-protecting trio: blueberries, avocados, and strawberries. Together, they don't just reduce your risk of stroke, they help you think clearer, age slower, and feel stronger. Let's begin with one of nature's most powerful medicines in a tiny blue package. Blueberries, the brain's first line of defense. If there were a fruit made especially for brain health, it would be the blueberry. These tiny berries are packed with anthocyanins, a class of antioxidants that do more than just fight free radicals. They actually help repair damaged blood vessels, especially the small capillaries in your brain that affect memory, mood, and stability. A landmark study from Harvard University followed 93,000 women over 18 years. Those who ate blueberries 3 times a week had a 32% lower risk of stroke. That's massive. And the benefit wasn't limited to stroke risk. Researchers also found improvement in cognitive function and memory retention. Blueberries also have a glycemic index of 53, meaning they release sugar slowly into your bloodstream. This is especially helpful for seniors trying to manage blood sugar and prevent inflammation. No crashes, no spikes, just steady, natural fuel for the mind. Personally, I add frozen blueberries to my morning oatmeal or blend them into a smoothie with unsweetened almond milk. They add sweetness without harm. So let me ask you, do you eat blueberries regularly? If not, what's been holding you back? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's move on to a fruit that doesn't look like a fruit at all. Avocados, the fat that feeds your brain. That's right. Avocados are technically a fruit, and unlike the sugary fruits we warned about earlier, avocados work differently. They're full of monounsaturated fats, the kind that protect your heart, fuel your brain, and reduce inflammation throughout your body. What makes avocados especially valuable for seniors is their ability to improve blood flow to the brain. A University of Pennsylvania study found that older adults who ate 1 avocado daily had a 45% lower risk of stroke. Why? Because these healthy fats open up blood vessels, allowing more oxygen and nutrients to reach critical parts of your brain. Avocados also contain 690 milligrams of potassium per serving, but unlike bananas, they release it slowly thanks to their fiber and fat content. This prevents sudden blood pressure spikes and instead supports long-term cardiovascular balance. Plus, avocados are rich in lutein, a powerful antioxidant that accumulates in brain tissue, protecting it from oxidative damage. That means fewer memory slips and more mental clarity as you age. In my own routine, I eat half an avocado almost every day, on whole grain toast, in a salad, or mashed into a wrap. It keeps me full and energized without weighing me down. Do you like avocados? If so, how do you enjoy them? Share your favorite recipe below. I'm always looking for new ideas from this community. And now let's finish strong with a classic summer favorite. Strawberries. Nature's gentle blood thinner. Most people know strawberries are high in vitamin C, but what they don't realize is that strawberries also contain natural salicylates, compounds similar to aspirin that gently prevent blood clots without the bleeding risk of stronger medications or dangerous fruits like pomegranate. In a massive European study involving over 450,000 people, researchers found that adults who ate strawberries twice per week had a 30% lower risk of stroke. That's not a small difference. That's life-changing. Strawberries are also rich in folate, which plays a crucial role in brain function and blood formation, and ellagic acid, a plant compound known for reducing cancer and cardiovascular risk. The key is to eat them whole, not juiced. Juicing removes the fiber, which is essential for slowing sugar absorption and protecting your digestive and vascular systems. And if possible, go organic. Strawberries are often sprayed with pesticides, and because of their soft skin, they absorb chemicals more than most fruits. 8 medium strawberries a day is the perfect sweet spot. I often slice them over Greek yogurt with a drizzle of honey and a handful of crushed walnuts. It's a delicious, stroke-fighting breakfast or snack. Now I'm curious, have strawberries been a regular part of your diet? If not, would you consider adding them now that you know the benefits? How to make a brain bowl you'll actually crave. Here's a simple tip I give to my friends, family, and clients. Make yourself a brain bowl every morning or afternoon. Here's how. 1 cup of blueberries, fresh or frozen, half a sliced avocado, 6 to 8 organic strawberries, a scoop of plain Greek yogurt, 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed. This combination delivers fiber, healthy fats, antioxidants, and protein, all in one easy-to-digest bowl. It helps stabilize blood sugar, improves digestion, and protects your heart and brain with every bite. I eat this several times a week, and many of my viewers who've tried it report better focus, better sleep, and even fewer dizzy spells. You've now learned the truth. Not all fruits are equal, but with the right ones, you can actively protect your brain, reduce your risk of stroke, and feel more energized every day. So here's my challenge to you. Starting this week, pick just one of these 3 fruits and add it to your daily routine. Come back in a week and let me know in the comments how you feel. If you found value in this, give it a thumbs up to help more seniors discover these powerful foods. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for weekly videos just like this. Simple, science-based tips that help you age stronger and smarter. You deserve to live with clarity, energy, and joy. And it starts with what's on your plate. You've now seen the truth. Not all fruits are as innocent as they seem. While many offer powerful health benefits, others can quietly raise your risk of stroke, especially if you're over 60 or taking medications. Knowing which fruits to avoid and which ones to embrace can make all the difference in protecting your brain, your heart, and your independence as you age. The good news is that you're not helpless. With the right knowledge, you can make small, smart changes to your daily routine that support your health long-term. Now we want to hear from you. Have you ever had a strange reaction after eating a fruit you always thought was healthy? What fruits do you trust now to protect your brain and body? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might help someone else avoid a mistake. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe for weekly senior health tips that are simple, science-backed, and easy to follow. And most importantly, share this video with someone you love. It might just save their life. Because protecting your brain doesn't start in the hospital. It starts at your kitchen table.